Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video, I'm going to be pulling the basil in front of me right there. And I will also be harvesting some ripe tomatoes and ripe peppers. So that'll be fun. I'll show you guys. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe, like the video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave a comment below. And I'll read out all of them, and let's get into it. Okay, so these basil seeds were actually from came in the mail from a mortgage company or something that was trying to sell something to us, but yeah, it was like an advertisement. And I was like, they're probably just like cheapo seeds. I just threw them on the ground for no reason, and then they just came up like huge, and they're big, and they're flowering. But since the end of the season, and they're starting to wilt, and I don't eat basil that much, I'm probably just gonna pick them. I'm probably just gonna pull them because they're getting in the way of the tomatoes, and it was really nice to have them bloom and everything like that. And also, the tomatoes are getting ripe. That's one already fell off. That's when you know it's ripe if you touch it and it falls off. And then tons of peppers are ripe, and some serrano and bell peppers are also ripe. I'm going to be harvesting those today too. So I'm just going to pick these and put them aside. So I'm going to try to shake all the soil off as much as I can if it's not a disease plant, which it isn't, because I don't want to waste all this soil. My soil levels are going way down because the soil is just breaking down. There's so many worms in this bed. So I want to reuse as much as I can. So I make sure I only clean it down to the root ball. I just kind of go like that. Basil doesn't have big root system, so it's not much to worry about. And see, this tomato vine can grow over here now. And this little guy has been struggling, so. Anyway. Looks like a little cute bouquet. So this was not the plan at all, but this kind of looks good for a bouquet, maybe. So I just got a, what do they call it, vase, and I got some pruners. I'm just going to make a little bouquet, see how it turns out. This was not the plan at all, but I can be flexible with gardening. So I just go like this, kind of bunch it up, and cut the bottom off, and cut them in a diagonal, okay, like that kind of. So, because when you cut them diagonally, they can soak up more water, and it just makes them overall, they last longer in the vase. So that's just why. The basil probably won't last long, because it's kind of the type of thing that wilts all the time. So, there we go. Looks kind of cute. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, but I guess I'll keep it for a few, maybe a day. So anyway, now I'm just going to harvest a few tomatoes. Before I do that, this pumpkin that I planted, it's the size that fits in your hand. It's growing good. I'm excited. So these tomatoes are out of control. When I got them from when our neighbors gave it to them after they were hosting this thing at where they work, and it didn't sell or something. And they were tiny. The stem was this tall. I thought they were gonna die. But 4 weeks later, of course, they're all over the place. That's what tomatoes do. And they're pretty easy to grow. And I'll do a grow guide on them for a few, maybe 15 minutes, just talking about tomatoes. So because they're the most popular vegetable to grow in the garden. So I just pluck them off. If they're ready, they come right off. These are cherry tomatoes, so they're small ones in big bunches. You can tell if they're cherry by something something like this. If there are tons of them in a big bunch and they're small, that means they're cherries. But if there's one or two of them in each bunch and they're bigger, as big as my hand, that means they're just regular big tomatoes. So I'm just going to put these in the fridge and give them to my mom. And I don't really like tomatoes, but she does, so. So I'm probably not going to harvest peppers today because they're big, but they're not red yet. So I'm going to wait for maybe 1 or 2 more weeks, and then I'll harvest them in a big video for you guys. So next video coming out will probably be a few grow guides, maybe a last season garden tour, and just updates. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging with me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.